Hello and welcome back to We Are the Famous EFC with me, Adam, and this is your match preview. Everton versus Liverpool in the Merseyside derby. Michael, Premier League is back. I'll tell you what, 2-week break for the international, and boy, we're back. How are you feeling going into the Merseyside derby, Mike?
I'm feeling good derby match. I feel happy with it.
Yeah, me too. What are you looking forward to the most?
I want to draw 2-2 again for last time.
Go on then.
I want Everton to draw 2-2.
I'm going to say 2-1 win to Everton. My heart says 2-1 Everton and my head says 1-1, another draw. But I think hopefully the last time Everton won at Anfield was during the COVID season under Carlo Ancelotti when we won 2-0 at Anfield. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Gylfi Sigurdsson and Richarlison scoring their last time out during the COVID when there was no fans. So let's hope that we can do it now while there's fans at Anfield. Let's make sure we make it a bear pit for Everton. Let's go 10 unbeaten and get a massive win. If we get a massive win, then boy, that will boost our confidence right up. And that's what we need.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Predictions, Mike?
Yeah.
2-1 win to Everton.
I think 1-2.
Yeah. So let's get into my starting lineup. In goal, I'm going to go with Jordan Pickford. Right back, I'm going to go with Jake O'Brien. Branthwaite. Tarky and Vitaly Mikalenko in midfield. Idrissa Gana Gueye, Tim Abuman, Jimmy Garner, and Dwight McNeil on the left. Iliman and Jai, number 10 role, Alcahez. Up front, I'm going to go with Armando Broja. And I'm going to say Everton to win 2-1. Up the Toffees. Let's have a watch of what David Moyes has said today in his press conference to preview our game. Is Everton manager David Moyes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our pre-match press conference to preview our game against Liverpool. We'll start off with Vinny from Sky.
David, first of all, can we check on Mikalenko? How serious is the injury he picked up?
Well, he's got a bit of an injury, but he's back. He came in, he done a bit in training yesterday, so we're hopeful that he'll be okay. But we still have to wait and see tomorrow exactly how he is.
What about getting anyone back? Obviously, McNeil and I, they've been training.
Yeah.
How far along are they?
They're doing great, actually. Both of them are coming on great. Ellie's a little bit further on than Dwight at the moment, but it's great that they're back in training. In the main, it's helped us a little bit with having Dom out as well. But Dom's the only one who's really behind it a little bit at the moment. Dom, we're just waiting on him coming back. The rest are all getting much closer to fitness.
When you say behind it, he's not.
I don't mean behind. I just mean behind those ones and coming back just now. The likes of Ellie and Dwight are certainly getting closer.
With Dom, have you got any date in mind as to when it could be?
No, I've not got a date with Dom yet, but look, he's back. He's on the grass, so good signs that he's getting closer to it.
Just during the international break, obviously there was talk of Jared Branthwaite and his future. Has there been any mention to you from him that he feels he needs to play elsewhere to enhance his England prospects? And if he did feel that way, what would you say to him?
I would say to him, Phil Jagielka, Leighton Baines, Jolan Lescott. That's 3 who we brought in who went on to become international players for England, which was a great achievement. I think Jared's in that position where he could easily go on and do that. I see it as a challenge for Jared to pick up and say, come on, I'm going to show what I can do. But I think this club's developed quite a few England internationals, to be honest, over the years, and we've got a very good goalkeeper who's playing for England as well.
And he's not come to you and said that either, I take it.
No. So we got on with it.
9 games unbeaten. Longest run without defeat since February 2017. Only 5 sides across Europe's Big 5 leagues have managed to avoid league defeats during that period as well. Scored in 9 successive league matches, having scored just 1 in the previous 6. What does that say about the job you're doing?
Well, it says that the club and the team are certainly in a better sort of trajectory than where we were before. We've started really well. The players have done a brilliant job. You know, there's a lot can be said. You know, the managers come in and we're jobs to get them playing, but I have to say the players have picked themselves right up. You know, they've turned the whole place around, the crowd, the support, and they've gone in a run, which has been really, really good. And actually, you know, we're a bit disappointed with a couple of the draws in there, which we didn't get victories. There might be a couple of draws in there which we could have been a bit lucky with, but overall, I think the players have got everything they deserve. They've got the results, and we want to keep it going.
Did you think it could happen that quickly?
Honestly, no, I didn't think that, because really when you're down there, why would you suddenly go on such a run? You know, you very rarely see maybe the teams at the bottom having such a big run. They might win a couple of games, but we've had some brilliant results at home and away, and long may that continue.
Looking ahead to this Merseyside derby, we spoke to Arne Slot earlier, and he said he's not expecting a lot of difference from the first game from either side. So how do you see it yourself as well? Are you expecting similar?
Well, I think Liverpool's league position would tell you that, you know, how they're playing is what they'll probably do. They've been in a great position. They've had a couple of really tough games, whether it be PSG and a tough game against Newcastle. So that can happen. No team's entitled to win all the games in football. So it's a big game. It always has been for us to go to Anfield and try and get a result. Always been incredibly difficult to get there and get a result. But we go again. We've got another chance to try it again.
When it is 2 local rivals, and we know the frenetic nature of these games as well, how difficult is it to spring a surprise on the opponents anyway?
Well, I think we're getting late in the season. I don't know if there's many surprises. You know, some teams might have players back from injuries, some might not. Some may have injuries themselves. I don't think there's huge surprises in the Premier League teams too often nowadays. I think it's another Merseyside derby, and a game we'll look forward to going and trying to win.
What does this fixture mean to you? What would it mean to get that first Merseyside derby victory for yourself at Anfield?
Well, it would be huge for us as a club to get that, because it's not something that the club here have done particularly often. It's always been difficult. I remember going with a few draws here, which I remember well, and it's always tough. But it's not just us; it's tough for a lot of clubs, whoever it's been in the Premier League, to go there and get results.
Thanks, David. Good luck.
Cheers.
Thanks, Vinny. We'll go
Cheers.
to the final.
Are you sick of Anfield? I know you don't need reminding of your record there.
Am I sick of it? I'd be lying if I said that I look forward to going to it all the time, because it's been such a hard place to get results. But that's it's nothing to do with the surroundings, nothing to do with the pitch, nothing to do with anything else. It's to do with it. They've always had good teams. They've always produced good teams, and you know, I think every team in the Premier League, whenever they go to Anfield, has got a game in their hands.
You're in good company in terms of that record. So Bobby Robson never won a game in his 24 visits, I think it was.
Is that right? Oh, well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Then I'll be bringing his name up a few more times.
You've been involved, or you've watched, or you've managed in plenty of different derbies all around the country and abroad as well. How do these compare? How does the Merseyside derby compare to everyone you've been involved in?
I actually think the Merseyside derby in many ways is slightly different. I know that there's a big competition with the two clubs, but I actually think there's a big thing that a lot of Liverpool supporters are thrilled that, you know, we're going in the right direction, and there's a chance of being more Merseyside derbies, you know, rather than none. So I think in many ways, I think the city, you quite often find this city's got half the family are Everton supporters and the other half could be Liverpool supporters. And that, from that point, I think it makes it slightly different, the derby here. I mean, I've been involved in other derbies, derby in Glasgow, derbies in London, derbies in Manchester, and I think they're slightly different in that way. I think that this city has lots of family members who could quite easily be a blue or a red.
And just finally, for me, the next 5 games for you now are the one of each of the top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any tougher than that, does it?
No, it doesn't. But I tell you what, I'm actually looking forward to it, because I think the team's done so well in the games and they've played. They've been competitive. They've challenged.
That's what I love about David Moyes, saying that he's looking forward to the teams who he's looking forward to beat. So am I. like literally. Score predictions, 2-1 Everton. Let's do it. At Anfield, up the fucking toffees. 2-1 to Everton. Let's do it. Come on! Up the toffees. See you later. Bye-bye.